I'm gonna let it shine. Don't you know the light of mine? I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and light bearers. Good evening. My speech is on Let Our Light Shine. And I just want to say for those, I'm pretty sure you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking, and I'll take the signed autographs later, that probably my voice sounds like an angel in heaven. And for my music critics, I already know what y'all think. You probably think my voice sounded like a wounded dog that needed to be taken out and put out his misery. But the point that I want to drive home this evening, that you can walk away with, is this. As the author Marianne Williamson once wrote, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful, beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. I stand here with you because I recall when I was in 3rd grade, dimming my light. I was a mischievous little boy, but I was smart and I made straight A's, believe it or not. And the teacher called me outside. And when I came out of the hallway, the principal was there. And the inner voice inside me was like, look, whatever you did, tell them you didn't do it. So I was nervous because I remember a recent fight I had that morning. I thought they were getting me for that. But the teacher basically let me know that, hey, Freddie. And I was like, yes. We're going to put you in 4th grade. You would think somebody of my caliber, cool, would have been happy and smiling. But immediately I started to cry because I felt like it was a punishment. And so as I was crying, she was like, Freddie, why are you crying? This is good news. And the inner voice inside me was like, just tell her you didn't do it. So I was like, I didn't do it. She was like, you didn't do what? And I was like, nothing. And so she was like, we're going to put you in the 4th grade. Like I said, this is a great accomplishment. You should be proud. So when I went back inside of the classroom to pack up my things, I was filled with mixed emotions. Part of me was happy because of such a great opportunity. Second part of me was kind of sad because I'd be leaving my peers. And I also didn't know the unknown of what I was getting myself into. Fast forward, I'm in 4th grade. I dumbed down. I had a couple of people make a little joke like, oh, look at dude get housing. Well, he's the smart one right there. That's why he's not in my class anymore. And I took that as a form of, well, heck, I'm alienating myself from my peers. So I dumbed down. I sat in the back. I started to be a class clown. And one day as I was shooting spitballs at some of my peers, the teacher caught me. And like any teacher, and as all of y'all know growing up in school, there's this one place called Alcatraz, where you're in a deserted island. And she makes you stand in the corner. And the crazy thing about standing in the corner is that you know everybody's looking at you, because you can hear them giggling. And if you turn back, they put all eyes on you. And as the bell rung and I was trying to hurry up to be the first one to get out, she called me right at the door and said, Freddie, not you. She sat me down and she told me basically, look, why are you dimming your light? I look stupid. And she asked me again, like, look, you have this gift. Like, why are you acting a fool and trying to win the approval of your peers? Like, you should embrace what you have. And so what she did was she moved me in the front. And I rebelled. Because I asked her, why you move me in the front? And she was like, well, because all my bad students and all the ones that do poorly, when I move them in the front, I make sure that they do better. And as she kept working with me, I eventually started to embrace my genius and started to do well in class and started not to care about the idea of winning the affection of my peers. And eventually, I won. Fast forward to now, 7 months ago, I came to my first Toastmasters meeting. Made all the excuses in the world for 13 years of why I didn't join. Finally, I got to a point where I said, today is the perfect time to join, and I came. But initially, I sat in the back again. A week later, I joined. 2 weeks later, I'm still in the back. And one of the things that I laugh about now is when the tabletop is mastered, you say, is there any guests, willing to come up to the front? You can imagine a 6'3", 300-pound guy like myself. I'm trying to hide. I'm like, man, I hope they don't call me. But what inspired me was another speaker talking about getting in the game. And it reminded me about myself when I was that little kid in 3rd grade getting skipped. That, hey, why are you sitting in the back here? It also inspired me to ask the question, why am I here? I came to Toastmasters to become a better speaker and sermon leader, but I'm not participating, not getting in the game. So I ended up raising my hand and taking my first tabletop class. And I admit, I was ugly. I know I look pretty now, but I was ugly. And I kept digging, I kept pushing, and I started to get better. And as I stand to you now, I'm a conflict communicator. I've done the manual, I'm a secretary. I love what I do. I inspire others, but I also get inspired. And that's why I love coming to Toastmasters. I'll tell you one quick thing before I end this is that my grandmother passed recently. And I had the opportunity to give a tribute speech. And if it wasn't for Toastmasters and the tools that I learned, no telling what I would have said or how I would have done it. But I turned a sorrowful moment into a moment of celebration. And one of the things that I told them was that at the end of the day, all that we have is our born date and our end date. What matters is what's in between, what that dash means to you. And that we gotta let our light shine. So, fellow light bearers, I hope that you let your light shine, and if you can, with me, sing the song before I close. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. This little light of mine. There we go. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.